Hey everybody, it's your Monster back again with Opus Gaming, and I'm here today to bring you guys a little bit more Nats testing. This time is going to actually just be a best one because we had to go abruptly kind of at the end of this, but the match today is going to be between Hydramon and the new UlforceVeedramon line, so I know that blue players are pretty looking forward to that though. So before we really get into it, I think they just roll the dice to pick first, but if you're not subbed, drop a sub down below, leave a like if you like seeing this type of content, and comment anything that you guys see, any misplays or anything like that down below so we can grow as the Nat season quickly approaches us. So starting off here, I think we're going to be starting with the green player. This is going to be one of his first times playing Bloomlord in the Hydramon package, so a lot of it you're going to see me kind of like peeking in and things like that, kind of just helping him out, telling him some of the combos and things like that. But we Digivolve into the Palmon right away, and that's so we can hold that really powerful Pomamon, I'm assuming. And then yep, Digivolve into a Sunflowmon for 2, passing that over to the blue player. That's a pretty good start. I would say you really want to find your 5 pretty quickly here, but he really does have the tools. We'll see what he top decks here, but on the blue side we're going to be Digivolving into Vmon and Raising. And then is he going to Digivolve? No. Okay, we're going to play out the Jerry for 4. Jerry's going to play out a Leomon for 4. Or for free, I mean. And this Leomon's great because he's a blocker while you have a tamer on the board, and when he dies, I believe you gain memory on his deletion, you draw a card, so he's just really good resource. Green player's turn is going to go super quick. He's just going to play out a green memory boost, and I think that's the best thing he can do because he needs to find the Hydramon, which he does, which is fantastic. That's very perfect. So let's see how the play progresses here. I think Muchi, since he's played so much against green, he understands the position that he's in and he wants to get value out of that Leomon, so we're going to swing at security. He wanted it to die to get the extra draw and the extra memory as well, but it's okay. We're going to raise up right away here. Let's see what Austin's plan is. We're going to pop memory boost, go to 3, and then think about the next thing that we're going to do. I think the strongest thing that you can do here is play Digivolve into the Hydramon for sure. Yep, we're not gonna, because you don't want to play out another body here. You want to draw for Digivolve and then activate Hydramon's effect. Muchi caught that right away, the blue player did. He's gonna activate effect, rest himself to play out a Digimon. It's gonna be the new Vegemon, which is perfect because at the start of his next turn he wants to gain 2 memory. He's going to draw an additional card for his Sunflowmon's effect as well because his Hydramon rested itself in the activate main, and then he's just going to Digivolve for 5. That's going to go into the Hydramon. Hydramon's effect is going to activate, rest the Vegemon, and gain a memory for Hydramon, and then end of turn bottom deck Leomon. So that's a very powerful turn for the Hydramon player. That's one of those like that's one of those combos that you kind of just want to have in your back pocket, right? Just going into the Hydramon so you can quickly drop the Hydramon and bottom deck anything that your opponent has on board right away, so you can start building that board presence if they can't answer it right away. Here, I think that the blue player's in a little bit rough of a spot, but he's going to raise up that Veedramon. Let's see what he does. Okay, so he goes into the jamming Arrow Veedramon, which is going to be the new one. That one's going to swing into security, I'm assuming here. I mean, actually, maybe he does try to clear bodies on board. That would actually be pretty strong for him to do, but I'm not sure what he has access to here. I know he's thinking a lot, so that means that he doesn't have exactly what he needs, but swinging jamming here, he's going to draw a card, probably hoping to get the additional card. He paid a memory for the Vegemon being suspended. It was a Cherrymon, so that's good that he had jamming. And what is his next play? He's probably searching for one more card, so maybe we Digivolve. But alright, yep, that's exactly what we're going to do. Digivolve, top deck the card that you need, and then resolve all of UlforceVeedramon's effects. They all trigger when you play a tamer, and that's what he's trying to do right now. So, but he doesn't, he didn't have the tamer there to play in order to trigger that, so that actually makes sense. Gain 2 memory at start of turn, 1 for the new Vegemon, 1 for Argamon, hatch right here. And we are going to proceed. Let's see. Yeah, popping that memory boost on the last turn really just, it didn't matter how much memory he passed over because he got so set up. So I've noticed for newer players, this is kind of where it gets to be hard, where when you're in a good position and you don't want to keep just like steaming forward, you want to make sure that you're like aggressing properly and things like that, and not really knowing where to start. A good place to start always is digivolving and raising. If you can't get a free draw, or you can't, if you're not searching for anything per se, you just get that digivolve in raising and get that going. So you want to put a Pomamon in raising. Yep, I would have maybe digivolved the other Pomamon so you could board that Pomamon and use its effects in the turns coming up, but it's safe in raising, so that's totally fine. From here, there's so many avenues you can do. You can play a Mimi, bring the Digimon up, or he chooses to go into the Hydramon for 3, which is a good play too, because now you can just go wide. Rest itself to play out level 4, the Vegemon, so we can start gaining that memory again. How are we going to get that other card suspended? We got Digisorption, so that's a free, that's what you do for sure, but we have a Palmon, I believe, in hand. We'll see here. He's been kind of, yeah. You want to draw for the Sunflowmon, gain a memory since you rested for the Hydramon, and now that all your effects are resolved, you can proceed forward. This is, he just got the Palmon. I knew that he had a Palmon for this turn. Yep, in this situation you want to play the Palmon because you want to find your Bloomlord. I'm just kind of going over all the options. There are a few, but yeah. This will happen a lot to newer players. We just don't know how to aggress properly. And yep, summon the Palmon, go down to 1, but you just got to think it through, really. That's the thing. You just got to slow down, breathe, and look at all your options one at a time. That's the biggest thing. Make a list of your options so you understand everything that you can do. And a lot of times when you slow down like that, the best play is obvious once you've gone through everything, right? So now we're on 1, and you're actually in a really good position because you can Digivolve for 1. Go to 0, draw. And then here you can just Digizorb and choke your opponent to 1. And that's really the ultimate plan that you want to do here. So now you're protecting your just everything that you do want to protect. You're bottom decking with Hydra, and you have a couple bodies on the board to start choking your opponent as a green player. So really building that board nicely here. Didn't swing at security because it's really threatening. If you hit something 13k, you're kind of very vulnerable. As any player, this is the turn right here that you want to Death X because he has so many level 5s. As a Bloomlord player, you want to leave as few little level 5s as possible on the board because they're just so susceptible to getting Death X'd. But when you don't have it, that's what you have to do, and his opponent didn't have the Death X to punish, so he's in a perfectly good spot here. He's going to raise up, unsuspend everything. He's not going to gain the memory off the Argamon, but he will gain a memory from the Vegemon to start the turn. There it is. And then here, we're finding the proper way to aggress the turn. So, kind of going before because I know it'll take just 1 second here to go through all the motions, but what you want to do here as a Bloomlord player is starting off with the Hydramon. You want to suspend that to prepare for the Bloomlord Digivolve. So we get out the Palmon to search top 5. We're going to pick up anything because everything's a plus, and we're getting out these additional stacks that can't attack this turn but are great targets for suspending. So when we go into our further plays, we're going to be getting those extra checks on Bloomlord while still being able to attack with everything else. So his choice here is to go into the Sunflowmon to bring out an additional Digimon while suspending this one. So Digivolve, draw 1. He will suspend the Sunflowmon, which will, I think he should have drawn a card earlier for that inheritable actually when he gained the memory for the Hydramon, as well for that first Sunflowmon that's underneath Hydramon. But resting the Sunflowmon is going to play out an additional Digimon. Okay, there's the draw that he missed earlier. He's going to play an additional Digimon. He's going to finish resolving his effects. And then in that situation, now you're in a position where you have another Digimon that you can tap for Digisorption, and you don't have to sacrifice so many or just any suspending effect, and you don't have to sacrifice attackers and be able to make a really important or impactful statement. So which one do you want to play? You can play literally anything. So we're gonna play out the red Vegemon here. I think you just kind of self-tap red Vegemon, go into the 5 for Digisorption just to get an extra card. Yeah, going on the Sunflow is really good now because we can get the extra draw later or in like just 1 second here. Rest a red Vegemon, he's going to draw a card, and now we just have to rest one more card, and our Bloomlord can swing 16k for 3 checks, leaving our other 3 Digimon able to just swing in, which is really nice because it's healthier to swing with like the Bloomlord than having to swing with like a Vegemon and it possibly dying and things like that, because your Bloomlord will be 16k, which is one of the biggest monsters that you'll have access to. So Bloomlord effect will suspend the Vegemon. It's going to trigger the Hydramon as well as the Sunflowmon, so we'll draw an extra card here, gain 1 for Hydramon, and then gain 1, 2, 3, 4 for Bloomlord. That'll set us back to 3 total, unsuspend Bloomlord, and then he's going to check for 16k for 3 checks. So this is just a very powerful Bloomlord. This is what I'm saying, like exactly what you want to be doing. The way that you get the board set up, those free extra Digimon that you have on the board right now that are just getting tapped for additional effects, and it's just going really, really well here. If we top deck another Bloomlord, it's just even better here, but we don't need it. So swing out with everything else. We're kind of scared of some security bombs like a Kakaitis Breath or the Hammer Sparks and things like that. But at the end of the day, there has to be so many, and there's so few security checks left. So now every check that we get that's not a security bomb, we feel stronger trying to close out the game here. So swinging in again with the Pomamon, that's going to be the arena, and that is also going to be the game. So I think we start setting up here for a game 2, but unfortunately, there's not going to be a game 2 for this one, for this recording. But looking at the match and looking at how everything went, it was beautiful for the Bloomlord player. I mean, he aggressed that turn, or those turns perfectly. So many effects and so many resources just firing off constantly. So you guys see it a lot. We play a lot of Bloomlord on the channel, but I think it's a really good choice for Nats. Looking at the UlforceVeedramon deck, it does look like he just kind of bricked. He didn't hit his tamer when he was kind of popping off, and I think we would have seen another level of power from the UlforceVeedramon player if he would have got those plays off. So a lot to think about and a lot to consider with the Nat season. I'm sorry I can only bring you guys a best of 1 for this matchup, but if you guys want to see more of the Ulforce or more of the Hydramon, just let us know down below. And this is gonna be Jamonster out with Digiopas. Take care, you guys.